Assalamu alaikum students. After completing chapter 4 tenses, today we'll start chapter number 5 infinitives, gerunds and participles. Now students, these three words are related with verbs only. Now what is infinitives, what is gerunds and what is participles, that we will learn from this lesson. First of all, look at here. Aniket often has the problem of not knowing what to do. Here are some questions that are always on his mind. Do you feel the same way? It's one kind of activity. Look at here. To do or not to do the homework. To wake up or not to. To go to school or not to. To eat or skip a meal. Now students, have you seen here? Look at to do, not to do. To wake up, not to wake up. To go to school or not to go to school. To eat. So here, before action, do, wake, go, eat, to is there. Now, look at here, what's written. Now, make 5 sentences from the table below using the suggestions provided and from your own experience. You can choose the alternatives from column B or make up your own. Now here, one activity is given to you. Let's do it. Column A and column B. In the morning, I want or I like. Here many options there. Look at to sleep, to wake up, to eat breakfast, to play. We can say anything. In the morning, I want to sleep. In the morning, I like to wake up. In the morning, I like to eat breakfast. In the morning, I want to play or I like to play. In the afternoon, I want or I like. In the afternoon, I want to eat lunch. In the afternoon, I want to rest. In the afternoon, I like to sleep. In the afternoon, I want to work. In the afternoon, I like to study. In the afternoon, I want to play. In the evenings, I usually like to play. I usually like to watch television. I usually like to go for a walk. At night, I like to play. At night, I like to sleep. At night, I like to listen to music, any. On the weekends, I like to play, I like to sing, I like to shopping or shop. I like to read. So you can make any sentence. But look at students, in column B, whatever action is written before to is written there. Have you observed these things? This only we have to learn in this chapter. Now let's move. Let's turn your page and look at page number 52. So look at here, infinitives. The infinitive is the form of the verb which is not limited by the subject. It may appear as to plus verb or just verb, which is called the bare infinitive. So what is infinitive? Actually, it's a one form of verb only. I hope you remember that we have already learned in 6th standard also. The infinitive, there is 2 verbs are there. One is without to and one is with to. So it's known as to infinitive and bare infinitive. Bare infinitive means to will not come. Without to. Look at to infinitive. Look at these sentences and the verbs in color. The children found it easy to climb the tree. My father made me climb the tree. Now look at here. Climb. Here to climb and here only climb. So this is known as to infinitive and this is known as bare infinitive. Means infinitive is not there. To is not there. In the above sentences, the verbs found, this one, and made are governed by subject. The children and my father, yes. But the verbs to climb and climb are not limited by the subject. They are called infinitives. So both are known as infinitive. Both are climb. Both is action only. but it's not governed by subject, the children and my father. But you have found and made, both verbs are governed by the children and my father, but not governed by to climb and climb. That's why these both are known as infinitive. But this is known as true infinitive and this is known as bare infinitive. Yes? Now look at the definition of infinitive. A verb form that functions as a noun or is used with auxiliary verbs and that names the action or state without specifying the subject is called an infinitive. Means here the verb which is doing work as a noun or it's used as the auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs means can, could, may, might, has, have. It's known as auxiliary verbs. And that names the action or state without specifying the subject, which will not say anything about subject, which is not specifying subject. They are known as infinitive. Yes? Now look at here the table. Common verbs followed by two infinitives. Means these words which are almost followed by two infinitive. Means after whatever verb will come, with that we have to put two. Like arrange, forget, pretend, attempt, hate, promise, begin, help, refuse, choose, hope, remember, continue, intend, seem, decide, learn, start, determine, like, try, expect, love, want, fail, plan and wish. Now students, in this chapter you have to remember this type of words. Why? Because here some rules are there that before these words you have to put two or before these words you don't have to put two. So these all rules we have to learn and you have to remember these all verbs, all words. Okay? There can be an object between the verb and the two infinitive. Look at here. So this is, you can say the first one, that I asked him to come early. Now look at here. I asked him to come early. So between the verb and the two infinitive, object is there. This is known as object. This is two infinitive. And this is known as verb. So look at, between this verb and two infinitive, object is there. Yes, him is known as object. She told the boy to wash himself. Yet the boy is the object. They invited me to dine with them. Me is the object. Invited is the verb. To dine is the two infinitive. No one expected him to win. Expected is a verb. Him is the object. To win is the two infinitive. Now look at the next page. Common verbs followed by object plus two infinitive. So these verbs also you have to remember, which are common and which followed by object and which followed by two infinitive. Advise, encourage, remind, allow, expect, request, ask, force, tell, compel, invite, want, command, order and wish. The two infinitive can also be used to express purpose. For example, I have come to see my aunt. Now what's the purpose? To see. So two infinitives we can use also to express purpose. You also can underline this. What's another use of two infinitive to express purpose? Here, what's the purpose? To see aunt. I got up to ask a question. What's the purpose? To ask question. Children go to school to learn things. What's the purpose of the children to go to school? To learn things. They ran to help her. What's the purpose of that people for running? Because they want to help someone. The two infinitive is often used after adjectives expressing feelings or desire, such as glad, happy, pleased, delighted, afraid, surprised, sad, anxious, willing, unwilling, impatient, and few other adjectives like easier, difficult, hard, impossible, likely, sure, certain. So, This to infinitive we have to use after adjectives also. Which adjectives? Which expressing feelings or desire, like sadness, happiness, etc. Almost these feelings only there. For example, I'm very pleased to see you. Now look at this is feeling pleased, very happy. So after to infinitive. We were sorry to hear of his illness. It's a feeling that you are feeling sad. She was afraid to go alone, feeling of fearness. He was anxious to please his guest, worried about it. He is willing to help me. It's a desire of a person. This book is easy to read. Easy. Adjectives. Sanskrit is difficult to learn. Difficult is adjective here. We are likely to win the match. Likely is also adjective. So this type of feelings or desires as adjectives used. So after also we have to use to infinitive. This we have learned about where we have to use to infinitive. Now here we'll learn about bare infinitive. Means we don't have to use to. We just have to use that verb only. The infinitive without to is known as the bare infinitive. First of all, students, you can underline this line. It's used after the modals will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must. It's also used after need, but it's used without doing questions and negative. Yes, that also we have learned, students, the need and dare. Another word is dare. So this both word also whenever it will come, you have to follow the same rule. That to will not come. This we have already learned in a previous class, means in a 6th standard also. Tomorrow will be Saturday. Now will is a modal auxiliary, so only be will come, not to be Saturday. You can use my phone. So can is a modal auxiliary. It might rain this afternoon. Might. Need I come again is a question sentence and need is there. You needn't see him. Negative sentence and need. So negative and question sentence. If need is there, so you have to take it as a modal auxiliary and you don't have to put to. Next rule. The verbs make and let are followed by object plus bare infinitive. So whenever this word will come, make and let, that time also you don't have to use to. I made him. Now students remember that make is a main form, but suppose in place of make, if there is made is there, past form, then also you don't have to use to. That time don't be confused that make is not there, made is there. But no, if the past form is there, past participle form, whatever is there. Here let me, let us, whatever is there. But if there is a let word, means you have to use bare infinitive only. I made him give me the money. Made, that's why only give. She made me do. Look at another made, so only do. She let us use her phone. So let us. So use only bare infinitive. They didn't let me leave early. Let me, that's why only leave. So when this type of verbs there, you don't have to use to. You have to use bare infinitive. And when modal auxiliary is there, that time also you have to use bare infinitive. And when there is a need and dare is used in a question and negative sentence, that time also bare infinitive only will come. The verbs feel, hear, see and watch can be used with object plus bare infinitive. Now students, you have to remember these words also. But here feel, in place of feel, if there is a past form felt, hear, heard, see, saw, watch, watched. So past form will come, that time also you have to use bare infinitive only with object. I felt something touch my foot. Look at, only touch. We heard somebody open the door. Here heard and here only open. I saw John go out. Saw and only go. They watched the sun set beside the trees. Not to sat, only sat and watched verb is there. Now look at the note. The verbs force, compel and allow take the to infinitive. When these words will come, that time you have to use to. I forced him to go. Look at forced to go, me the money back. She allowed us to use her phone. Allowed and to use. Yes. Now just we'll see some sentences only. Look at here. Need we dash to the party? Now look at students, we have already learned that in a question sentence and in negative sentence, whenever need will come, we have to use bare infinitive. Yes, on page number 53, we have seen this. So here what will come? Only go will come. After, look at this one. He allowed me dash home. Now in a note only we have seen if allow, compare and force verbs are there, so we have to use to. So what will come here? To go. Then look at here. Just to watch me dash over that wall. Yes, here have you remember if watch word is there, feel, hear, see verbs there, so we have to use bare infinitive. So here only jump will come. After, look at another. Look at let her dash it. When there is a let and make verbs there, so what we have to use? Bare infinitive. So what will come? Only do. Let her do it, not let her to do it. Yes. So students, here you have to remember all the rules. Then you're able to do very clearly. Now look at here. We were glad dash him yesterday. Now glad is a showing feeling. When there is a feeling there, when there is a desire there, so we have to use to infinitive. So what will come? To see. We are glad to see him yesterday. Is that clear, student? I hope that this chapter, these infinitives are clear to you. It's really easy, but the main thing is that you have to remember some verbs also. You have to remember the rules here. Okay, students? Now in the next video, we'll see gerund. What is gerund and how we have to do it. I hope that it's clear to you. Take care, everybody. Thank you, all of you, and a very wonderful day ahead.